is Pat Stromboli bread, and Pat is the mother-in-law of a buddy of mine, came to the show and offered me up her recipe for a giant stuffed Stromboli bread. You guys have Strombolis, right, in your pizzerias? You know, it's like the rolled up pizza, and sometimes you get sausage ones, or sometimes you get spinach ones. Well, this looks like a giant Stromboli, and it's just a loaf of hollowed out bread. Heads up, if your loaves are, I'd say less than 12 inches long, this recipe, 2 bunches of broccoli rabe and 1 pound of sausage will stuff 2 loaves. If the loaves are more like this size, you know, over a foot long, you can stuff 1 giant loaf. So either way, it'll be enough to feed 4 adults or a family of up to 6. Big stuffed bread. Now, I added the sausage because my husband loves sausage with broccoli rabe, and I rarely make one without the other. But you can make totally a vegetarian version of this by bumping up the greens. You could do 2 broccoli rabe and 1 bunch of dandelion greens, or 1 bunch of kale and 2 broccoli rabe. See what I'm saying? Wilt some spinach in, whatever you like. I just added some garlic to our browned sausage. You can use sweet or hot. I always bump up the garlic. Of course, there's already garlic in your store-bought sausage. If you want to make it extra lean, you can just season any ground meat you like, ground pork, ground chicken, ground anything you like, ground turkey, with fennel seeds and a little garlic and salt and pepper, and it'll be a nice lean alternative to sausage for you. I'm gonna add a little bit of nutmeg to the pan because I'm gonna put those dark greens down in there, and I like dark greens with nutmeg. Here's our rabies, and I've cooked the broccoli rabe in some salted water to cook out the bitterness. Let this drain off for a second. Get all the liquids out. Boop, into the skillet it goes. Careful when you add the rabi to the pan. The olive oil and the drippings from the sausage, be careful because it might spatter back on you from the little bit of liquid left on the rabi. I'm gonna put a hint more nutmeg in there now that the greens are in there. I love nutmeg with dark greens. Some black pepper. A little tiny pinch of salt, because you've got some salt in there, of course, from the meat. Okay, good to go. It's going to be some nice filling. And then I just let that hang out for a minute so all the flavors can combine. Let me show you what I did here. I cut the very top off the bread. I've got the oven preheating, moderate oven, 350, 375, that ballpark. Cut the top off the bread and then hollow out the middle. You can save this and toast it up, cut it up for breadcrumbs, or use it in a stuffing. And then you get your cheeses lined up. I'm going to put in a little Parmigiano Reggiano, some nice tangy provolone, and some nice fresh mozzarella. Not a bad combination. Thank you, Pat. Delish, right? I actually think sometimes a serrated knife really helps you get through the mozzarella a little easier. Okay, here's how it goes, guys. Take some tongs. Bring the boat over. Load up the boat. You can make little mini versions of this too. Just get little semolina rolls. You could do them for parties. Be adorable. So we're going to use, because this is a small loaf, we're going to use about half of what's in our skillet. And the bread soaks up all the juice from the greens. Oh, so good. A little bit of Parmigiano, a little bit of provolone, couple of slices of the mutts. Cute. Then you put the lid on, wrap the whole loaf in foil. And put the beautiful baby in the oven for about 15 minutes till all the cheeses melt down. So in here, we've taken 2 small loaves. You could stuff 1 large loaf of Italian bread, and that would feed at least 4 adults and up to 6 if you've got some itty-bitties in the house. Ooh, it's pretty hot. I'll show you what the inside looks like. So everybody will get a couple of hunks of gigantic Stromboli bread. Look at the inside of that. Cheese, sausage, greens, bread, lunch. Dinner. This is what's for dinner tonight.